Hello to you 15 or 20 subscribers that I have on my YouTube account, and to the one or two that might, you know, one or two non-subscriber that might be watching. Anyways, it's been a while since I made a video. I think I normally say that all the time, but it goes like maybe 7 days, 12, 10 days, and I said, to me that's a while, but now it's been like, I don't know, it's been at least a month, 2 months at least since I made a video. Been very busy, so as some of you can expect if you've seen my content before. Yeah, a lot of work at my actual job in construction, and then a lot of work at home too. We got a lot of projects that we're trying to get done before the summer ends. Anyways, today I went to watch the Barbie movie with the wife and a bunch of friends. We rented a whole theater room, and there was only like 20 of us. That was kind of cool, and it was pretty cheap too, like $120 or something for like 20 people. I mean, the movie was okay. I mean, kind of what I expected. I did watch a lot of reviews. Well, not a lot, but I heard 2 or 3 different reviews from both sides, from the extreme right and what you call us here in the extreme left. Actually, this is my right, my left, yada yada. Anyways, yes, everybody's bitching, I guess. I would guess out of the extreme right, to me, I don't know, man, the majority of Republicans or the majority of the conservative America is becoming pretty extreme. But whatever's left of them, I would assume they probably liked it, or they didn't hate it as much. So yeah, both sides really hated it on the far left and on the far fringe right. They both hated it, and for different reasons. In a nutshell, the right thinks it's too woke with the whole women empowerment, I guess you can call it. And us here on the left, where they call us the far left, I would assume, because to me, let me just say this, it's safe for me to assume that it's safe for me to assume that both sides, my side wouldn't like this movie because of the whole virtue signaling, or what they call wokeness now. I don't like using that word. I explained why in the past. Yeah, I think it's dumb to call everything woke nowadays, so I'm sticking to the old model. You know what Republicans used to call wokeness? They used to call it identity politics fucking 5-10 years ago. Prior to 2014, identity politics, that's what they used to say. And it just became woke, man. They just called it a different name, and they ruined the word woke. So it is what it is. But yeah, so they hated it because of the whole identity politics, or the emphasis on women with power, etc., and the patriarchy. Talking about the patriarchy. Not, I wouldn't say emphasis, but there's a good chunk of that in that movie. And like I said, on the left here, we don't react well to virtue signaling, where pretty much what this movie, in my mind, is promoted everything that America is right now, really, or what our government is trying to sustain, which is neoliberal bullshit, socially accepting, for the most part anyway, unless you're from the conservative sphere with the Daily Wire and all those fucking cycles over there. But other than that group, I mean, most people is like, yeah, we're run by corporations. That's what the movie represents. It represents corporate power, represents neoliberal, not neoliberalism, but just a lot of corporate power. Like, yes, the model we have right now, the system we have it works just fine, and but we love being diverse with the whole women and trans people and black people, and we'll give you virtue signals, like we'll tell you how wonderful you are. We'll put up a banner for you. We'll put a Black Lives Matter banner. We'll put a LGBT flag up there, etc. But don't ask us for money. Don't ask for our wealth, pretty much. And that's I think that's why the left hates it, and the right hates it, because of the virtue signaling, I guess, for the identity politics or the wokeness. But yeah, apparently there was a trans character, like, or not I think not a trans character. They didn't make it clear. Apparently, I was watching Shoe on Head give her review and kind of dunking on Ben Shapiro a little bit, because Ben Shapiro apparently did like a 45-minute freaking breakdown of this movie, and of course he didn't like it. Of course he hated it. I heard he's a failed freaking Hollywood writer or something, so maybe he has a grudge to hold against this industry. Nonetheless, apparently there's a trans person is one of the Barbies, and I missed it. To me, they all look like women. They all look like a bunch of Barbies, really. And I cannot. There were so many freaking Barbie women, Barbie versions, like the firefighter, etc., the office lady, the doctor, all this shit. I wouldn't be able to tell you which one is the trans woman, honestly. So you pass, I guess. You look like a woman to me in that movie, anyway. But like I said, I don't know if she was just, I don't know, it was confusing. Like, is it a Barbie playing a trans, a trans woman character, or it's just a trans woman playing the Barbie? Apparently they didn't make that clear, according to Shoe on Head. Anyways, to me the movie was, it had funny parts, and it was what I expected, man. The whole, idealizing of capitalism with the whole Mattel company and all that shit. I don't hate it, I've seen worse movies. Believe it or not, this video is not about that movie, even though I'm already 8 minutes in. This video really is about Marianne Williamson. So let me just get right to it, because this is, if you've seen Kyle Kalinske, and he talks about what the DNC has been the latest DNC trick on her, to try to sabotage her campaign. You can just pretty much skip this video, really, if you want to. But Kyle pretty much called his audience into action, and I'm part of his audience, so I took action already. But let me just break down what's been going on lately. So about a little over a month ago, there was a Newsweek article, and the headline on that article said Democrats block high schoolers from meeting with Marianne Williamson. And in a nutshell, they call them chapters. I don't know if that's like different groups or state chapters. Pretty much groups, I think, packed with young people, high school age people, I guess, or graduates or something. Marianne Williamson's campaign wanted to meet with these people, to promote her campaign and her policies, etc. And apparently the National Democrats, the DNC, they blocked her from that. Like, they didn't, whoever's in charge of this, I think these chapters are called the High School Democrats of America. Whoever's in control of those groups throughout the states, I guess, they said no. they won't let their members meet with Marianne Williamson, and one of the board members with the organization confirmed that that's true, and they said that they want to mirror the policies of the National Democratic Party, pretty much saying, yeah, the National Democratic Party told us not to let it happen, and that's it. They pretty much they told her she cannot meet with anyone that is not Joe Biden, any other candidates other than Joe Biden. So that's one way they're sabotaging her. They're trying to limit her exposure to other potential voter groups as much as they can. Like I said, that was from a month ago, and this is breaking from Kyle's, an exclusive scoop, you call it, new scoop from Kyle. Apparently, there's New Hampshire Democrats and South Carolina Democrats. They are blocking Marianne Williamson from having access to what's it called, voter data files. Apparently, this is something that candidates need to, get their field work done. Like get a ground game and go canvassing, I guess, make phone calls, etc., to try to garner support for her campaign. And they are putting roadblocks in front of her. They haven't said a flat out no to her, but let me start with the New Hampshire Democratic Party. Apparently she put in the request, and apparently it's been weeks. I don't know, maybe now she has the voter data files, but it's been weeks if she hasn't. And according to Kyle, he has access. He's in conversation with other state Democrats, representatives and stuff, people in the government, and they told him that it normally takes 2 days only, a day or two, to get these voter data files. And in her case, in Marianne's case, it's been at least 3 or 4 weeks now, and you can't help but suspect that it's being done intentionally to try and hurt her campaign and don't let her pick up any steam. You gotta be suspicious, man. We all saw what happened with Bernie, and a lot of shenanigans. A lot of dirty tricks were pulled behind the scenes, and so, like I said before, when Marianne first announced, I don't expect her to win, man. Even if she was given a fair chance. You know what? If she was given a fair chance, she might be winning. She could pull it off, but I expect all this shit to happen, really. But I'll come back to that. So that's what's going on with the New Hampshire Democrats. The South Carolina Democrats, it's a little worse, because apparently they charged Marianne's campaign $2,500 for to file this form, I guess, so she can get this voter data files. So the campaign went through with it. They gave the South Carolina Democrats the money, and then they've been ghosted ever since. According to Kyle, they haven't been in contact with her campaign and with Marianne's campaign, and they haven't. They gave her no voter data files, and apparently they won't return the campaign's calls or emails. So they're being ghosted, and so very shady shit. So South Carolina is even worse. Not only are they not giving her the voter data files, but they're also stealing money from the campaign, apparently. And so, like I said, all this shit was expected. When she announced, I, as a what do I call my side? The Take Back the Party, Take Back the Party progressives, I guess. We expected the establishment corporate Democrats in charge of the party right now to be pulling all the shenanigans they can think of. And so this is two of them where she's not allowed to meet with students, with young Democrats. And if there's any group of voters that is disaffected with Joe Biden, I think younger Democratic voters are the biggest chunk that is not happy with him. They want a different candidate pretty much. And I think the group that likes Marianne the most will be young voters. So, like I said, we saw this hurdles in front of us before. We knew that Marianne was going to be under attack or just ignored by the mainstream media and the Democratic Party, obviously. As I predicted, Fox News will give her more airtime, although for the wrong reasons. I mean, all this is freaking materializing really before our eyes. But even though it is a tall hurdle, to me, what I wanted Marianne to do, what I'm hoping she will accomplish at least, get enough support so she can have a say, put some pressure on Biden one way or another to take more progressive action. Because look man, he's still way underperforming, but there's people out there that say, including Kyle and including I think that I heard the Young Turks say it and the Vanguard boys. They say, yeah, he's still way underperforming, but technically, if you're keeping score, he is the most progressive president since pretty much LBJ, really. He's definitely taken more progressive action than Obama or Clinton did. So that's where we're at right now. It's still not good enough. That's why I'm glad Marianne threw her hat in the ring and tried to primary him. But we knew this was going to happen. We knew that shit like this was going to take place with the whole... I don't know how this shit is not illegal. I don't know how long she has to wait before she freaking files a lawsuit against these people. Because it's so in your face, so blatant. Like, they don't even try to hide their bias anymore. I mean, this whole preaching about being the pro-democracy party, it's all out the door, really, because they're not practicing it right now. If they were really in favor of democracy, they wouldn't be sabotaging Marianne or even RFK the way they are. Because CNN, MSNBC, they are not giving Marianne airtime because somebody in the DNC is probably telling them that. I mean, obviously we can't prove it, but I think we all have a feeling that's what's going on. So anyways, bottom line, she needs help, man. We cannot stop, and really she has nobody else but her supporters really pushing for her right now. And so, go canvas for her if you can. Give money to her campaign. That's what I do. Most of the time I'm giving money. I don't know, I might make some phone calls for her someday or sometime soon or go canvas, but it's an uphill battle for her right now, and as we expected. But if we want her to make a dent on this freaking corrupt party, we already know the Republicans are corrupt. That's a whole different problem. they're the ones we're really trying to fight, but we're trying to make this party better through progressive candidates. And so that's the only chance I see. Cornel West, he's running on the Green Party. You know, that's good. Honestly, I'm probably gonna end up voting for Cornel West, but I'm saying that because I live in a safe state. You know, I'm not in a swing state, so no matter which way I go, my state, Illinois, Biden is probably gonna win it. And I've been saying that if I were in a swing state, I might hold my nose and vote for Biden. But at this point, man, I don't think I would even care right now if I were freaking, let's say, in what's a swing state, Pennsylvania, wherever. At this point, I'm so upset about the Democrats being so dirty on the progressive candidate that I might just vote for Cornel West no matter where the fuck I am in the country. But nonetheless, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But in the meantime, yeah, I said if you want to make a dent on freaking Biden and make him do more progressive policies, or potentially put the spotlight on Marianne and help her campaign grow, despite all these freaking hurdles, you should try to get involved. Go campaign, go donate to her campaign, whatever you can. Make phone calls. Another thing that you can do, I already did this part about the South Carolina Democratic Party. You know, they took her money. It's pretty much safe to say that they stole her money because she's not getting what she paid for, pretty much, or what she is paying for. We don't know. I don't know if this is a one-time payment or one of many. I don't know, but they're not returning her calls, and she has no voter data files. So they're stealing her money right now. They're ghosting her. And so Kyle shared this phone number to the South Carolina Democratic Party, and the number is 803-799-7798. One more time, 803-799-7798. You can call, and Kyle said I would suggest you go watch his video, but pretty much saying don't be rude, be polite, but make it clear that you are aware of what the Democratic Party in South Carolina are doing. You can just leave a message, and he says don't be rude because a person hearing a message probably has nothing to do with whoever made this decision to ghost Marianne. But yeah, make it clear, man. When I called, I said, you know what's the right thing to do is. We know that you took her money. We know that you're not giving her access to the voter data files. And we know that the Democrats are trying to avoid debates with Joe Biden. Joe Biden's debate with her and RFK. I pretty much said, yeah, we are aware. Please do the right thing, because we will not forget what's happening here. I said, you're turning off a lot of voters, especially young voters. So I left a message similar to that, and I just said, please do the right thing. Thank you. Goodbye. Chances are nobody's going to answer. I think I pressed 0, to go to the general message or something. You'll hear a menu of options, but this is where we're at, man. This is where she's at. She really has no big allies in Washington or within the Democratic Party. So it's pretty much her and her campaign. Whoever, I think there's like state representatives state level elected people from the Democratic Party that are endorsing her and helping her out. But yeah, AOC, she endorsed Biden. Can you believe that shit? Bernie did the same thing. Nobody in the squad is saying anything about what's happening in South Carolina. Stealing her money, pretty much effectively stealing her money. New Hampshire taking so long to give her access to the voter data files. No progressive, high profile progressive is coming out and sticking their neck out for her. So yeah, man, it's good to have progressives in Washington. Who would vote for the right policies. But we don't have much leadership right now. Bernie was really our leader, and he pretty much folded already to Biden, and he already endorsed Biden. So yeah, man, it's just Marianne Williamson, and bro, I'm just glad she's in it anyway and giving it her up. But yeah, she needs help to spread her word, to amplify her voice and reach more voters, potential voters. And the only way you can do that is by donating to her, advocating for her, by calling this number, or canvassing for her. If there's like a headquarters in your state or something, or call by phone, and I think you can make phone calls for her from your own home, wherever you are in the country. So I don't know, man. I think you need access to those voter data files, so you have these voters' information and make phone calls to them. But this is what she's facing. All right. So, yeah. If you haven't seen Kyle's video, but you just saw mine, now you know.